Okay, hello guys, I'm Matt Joblin from the UK and I'm joined here by Donald Marshall, also from the UK. We've brought our box chef concept over to St Clair's, our first site that we're launching it with Richard, our exec chef, who's going to take us through the concept, step by step, packing it up in detail. Take it away, boys.
Matthew, welcome. Donald, pleasure to have you here again.
Thank you very much.
We're here at St Clair. We're very excited to be kicking off Box Chef, the home replacement meal. I think when you get a chance to use this, everything is done for you. We'd like to just run you through some of the containers, what we're going to use, how we're going to pack it up, because we want to keep the safety and sanitation in mind at all times. We all know that's key. The recipe we're going to be dealing with here is the Bang Bang Biryani with chicken. It's exciting too. We'll get into some detail later, but there's a vegetarian option too, but this will be the chicken. One of the things we want to do is, here at St. Clair, we use 5-ounce chicken breasts. The recipe calls for 10 ounces, so we have 2 of them there. I was a math major in school. We're going to take the 2 chicken breasts and we're going to put them in one of these plastic bags.
And why do we do that?
Well, actually, we're going to put them in 2.
Oh.
And if we put them in one,
yeah,
and we seal it, we're going to wrap this up. We'll put it in another one, and these things seal beautifully. Definitely, almost guaranteed not to leak, but we want to make sure, so we're going to take another bag, and we're going to double bag the chicken. Do we happen to have any of the labels too? We label everything here. So once we get it to that point, if you take a look too, I don't have the chicken one, but there's everything too is also labeled. Like these are diced tomatoes, obviously, and then we'll put a must-be refrigerated tag too on all items that need to be kept to temp. Once we get our items bagged, and we'll get to these too, they're all pre-bagged, everything's going to go into one of these bigger bags. Why are we doing that?
Well, we're going to put it in here, and that obviously protects the bag as well, protects the food. So the bag which the customers purchase, and then after that, we don't need to bring the bag back. It's up to their responsibility. So we put everything in there, and that avoids any contamination in the bag, cross-contamination.
As we go about packing this up too, you want to take, make sure, keep in mind the items that you're putting into it. We're going to put the chicken in a double bag, try to keep it away from the more fragile items, and in this Bang Bang chicken recipe, everything, once again, like I said, is pre-bagged. There's rice, a tomato, an onion, and I'm going to bring this to your attention because some of the items in the recipe, this recipe calls for a medium onion. Now, folks, I'm sure we've been doing this a long time, so this was obviously, an onion was half, with another half of it was probably too big, so it's okay to cut it in half, but we don't want to process this any further. We really want the end user to do the work as far as the dicing and the cutting and everything. So it's okay to use some discretion when you think what a medium onion is. The other thing too is you'll see the way we've set this on this board, some of the larger, heavier, bulkier items, you're going to want to put those in the bottom of the bag.
Yeah.
You don't want to crush your herbs. We all know how fragile they can be. The least little bit of weight or pressure, whatever, is going to cause them to, turn colors, just won't be as good a culinary product as we're looking for. So once we get this bag with the chicken in it, we can take maybe the rice, and as you can see once again too, the label on the rice, everything being pre-labeled.
Certainly heavier items at the bottom.
Yep. Yeah. We got a tomato, the onion. What is this? That's a lime.
Good job you had a label on that, chef. We would never have known, would we?
You know what? The good thing you guys showed up, I'll tell you.
Don't forget those containers as well.
Well, you know what? I was gonna put these next. Well, maybe We have almonds, curry powder, and then our herbs, which, like I said, is probably the most fun.
Coriander and mint.
Once we've got everything in there, give it a twist. Through the magic of television, I have this handy tie. Give it a twist. Almost looks like we knew this was happening. How nicely that fits right in the bag.
Fantastic.
Don't forget your recipe cards. Obviously, a recipe card with a picture of the finished dish, the ingredients that are in the bag, and the method on the back.
And once again, too, when we talk about the method, incredibly easy to follow. We've tested these recipes, and we've all done them in the 30 minutes or less that it takes. And I'm here to attest that it comes out fabulously. It doesn't look like I'm missing many meals, does it? Donald, is there anything else we might want to add?
I'm just going to ask, what equipment do you need really to get this concept up and running in terms of from a kitchen point of view? We can see we have chopping board, a knife, a set of scales, all important. Would you agree with that?
Well, you know what, I would, but when we're dealing with this, the one thing, the beauty of Box Chef is the scale I don't think is necessary because it's all done for you. You know, all the weights, everything is pre-measured in those bags. So, you know, when it calls for it, unless you have to chop it or cut it a little bit, it's just added to whatever. But right here, a safety cutting board and a sharp knife is really pretty much all you need. And when you get into the kitchen end of it too, you're not even talking about sophisticated kinds of cooking equipment. You know, any pan that you have at home will definitely suffice. And the way that the recipes are worded really make it foolproof.
So we also have our brown bag here. It's the other form.
And what will happen too is when Chef Donald alluded to earlier, the very first order that you get, you're going to get this insulated bag, and it will come with the first order. After that, if the consumer wants to bring it in and have it packed in that, I mean, that could work, but here's what we're going to pack it in. It's a sturdy brown bag. It fits again, lovely Box Chef logo. Fits just as easily, and it'll definitely withstand the ride home. The recipe card will be included.
It's also fly from.
Excellent. Can you just talk us through the three-step process, Donald? The order?
So, three-step process. So you order by 1 p.m. on the day. You can pick up from 3:30 p.m. From the designated chiller, and then you take it on. It's as simple as that.
Fresh made easy.
Steps, fresh made easy. That's Box Chef.
Brilliant. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you.